Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and this is the redesigned 2017 Honda CR-V, a crossover SUV that's priced like a compact, but sized larger than any of its direct competitors. Now, as you've no doubt noticed, Americans love small crossover vehicles. They're affordable, they're practical, they're efficient, and they offer optional all-wheel drive for when the weather is frightful instead of delightful. Among them, the Honda CR-V is the overwhelming favorite in the segment, and for good reason. In addition to meeting these small crossover hallmark characteristics, CR-Vs are reliable and safe, and they hold their value well over time. This new CR-V will undoubtedly continue providing its owners everything they've come to expect, and thanks to the latest redesign, it delivers even more. In my opinion, this is the new benchmark in the segment. Let's go for a drive, and I'll explain. 4 versions of the new CR-V are available, and the base LX model starts at just under $25,000. Now, moving up from there, you can choose the EX, the leather-equipped EXL, or the top-of-the-line Touring. Now, all 3 of these more expensive CR-Vs come with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and slightly psychedelic-looking 18-inch aluminum wheels. Now, my test vehicle is the top-of-the-line CR-V Touring, equipped with optional all-wheel drive. It's painted obsidian blue, it's got gray leather, and it wears a sticker price of $34,635. Now, that sounds a little bit expensive for a compact crossover, but the reality is that that's a little bit less than the average price that people paid last year for a new vehicle in America. So there you go. The base CR-V LX has a normally aspirated 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine, and it makes 184 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. Now, all other CR-Vs have a turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, and it's good for 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. Now, you're probably looking at those power figures, and you're sitting there and you're scratching your head, and you're going, what's the point of offering the turbo if it's providing the same amount of power and the same amount of torque? Well, here's the difference. The turbocharged engine delivers its power at lower revs and across a broader portion of the rev range, and it delivers better fuel economy. And as people who live in higher elevations in places like Denver, Colorado can attest, turbocharged engines perform better in thinner atmosphere. So, win, 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 and win. Now, a continuously variable transmission powers the front wheels unless you spend the extra $1,300 for the optional all-wheel drive system. As far as performance is concerned, the new CR-V is sprightly. When you mash down on the gas pedal, like when you're taking a risky left-hand turn or you're trying to get yourself into fast-moving traffic that's going the same direction that you are, there is a little bit of turbo lag. But the CVT really does a great job of keeping the engine in the thick of its power band. Now, the CVT also tends to drone a little bit. Honda has programmed some ratios into the transmission that are designed to make it sound and feel more like a traditional automatic, but there is still a little bit of drone, and if that bothers you, well, then it's probably just going to bother you. Otherwise, the CR-V is responsive, and it supplies satisfying power. It's even quick, though you're probably never going to call it fast. The one disappointment is that I did not get anywhere near the fuel economy that the EPA thought that I would. A CR-V Touring with all-wheel drive is rated to get 29 miles per gallon in combined driving, and I got 26.1 miles per gallon on my test loop. Now, as is true of almost any Honda, the CR-V is enjoyable to drive. In fact, it handles corners and curves well enough that you might actually forget that you're driving an SUV. The ride quality is never too stiff, and at the same time, the handling is never too sloppy. It's as though Honda waves some kind of a magic wand over the CR-V in order to perfect the suspension tuning, though the reality, obviously, is that it takes plenty of engineering talent and attention to detail to pull this off. When you get into the new CR-V, especially in touring trim, the quality of the materials and the level of refinement are immediately noticeable. Honda has paid very close attention to the details here, and the result is a cabin that comes across as upscale, almost luxurious. When I'm sitting in the CR-V Touring's driver's seat, I am a happy camper. It provides a wide range of adjustment, plenty of thigh support, and a perfect driving position. Now, you add soft material up here on the upper door panel to that equation, plus a steering wheel that's really comfortable to grip, and this sliding center console armrest, and I'm perfectly comfortable for long periods of time. All that's missing in this vehicle is a seat ventilation system for warm summer days. The rear seat is undeniably roomy with plenty of space for legs and feet. Plus, it's got a flat floor, which makes it a lot easier to carry 3 people across. So if you're a couple and you've got a trio of kids, the CR-V is actually going to do the job. Now, cargo space is downright generous, and the numbers actually put the CR-V on par with mid-size 5-passenger SUVs. You can cram 39.2 cubic feet of stuff in behind the rear seat, and if you fold the rear seats down, the CR-V swallows 75.8 cubic feet of cargo. The only thing to complain about would be that Honda still doesn't offer a competitive package of safe teen driving technologies through its Honda Link subscription service packages. Second, Honda has dropped Lane Watch from the CR-V, replacing it with a proper blind spot monitoring system that works on both sides of the vehicle and which also powers the handy new rear cross-traffic alert system. Third, Honda has adopted digital instrumentation this year, and it's flanked by information bars that I personally find a little bit difficult to reference at a glance. Now, maybe that's just me. In any case, I'd much rather have the traditional instruments that were used in the previous CR-V. Overall, though, the new CR-V's control layout and the infotainment system are easy to use. You can get into this new Honda, figure out how everything works without cracking open the owner's manual, and get on down the road. Now, the federal government hasn't tested the new CR-V for crash test performance, and neither has the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, not as we film this review, but because the new CR-V is based on Honda's latest version of its advanced compatibility engineering structure, and they always improve the ratings every time they upgrade the structure, I'm fairly confident in predicting that this car is going to get top crash test ratings. The new 2017 Honda CR-V is so good that I feel like I'm desperately grasping at straws of criticism. I'm not a fan of the front bumper design. There's a little more lag and drone in the drivetrain than I'd like. The radio needs a tuning knob. It could use a front passenger seat height adjuster. I don't think the fuel gauge is easy to read. Wah, wah, wah. I sound like a whining little baby of a car critic. Honestly, I have just 2 substantial criticisms of the new CR-V. First, my test vehicle did not get anywhere near the fuel economy the EPA says it should. Second, Honda Link needs to expand in terms of the depth and breadth of its subscription services, especially in comparison to what General Motors is offering. Otherwise, the new 2017 Honda CR-V is just about perfect. For more of my whining, be sure to check out my full review of the CR-V on CarGurus.com, and if you found this review helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us at CarGurus, thank you for watching.